Okay, so here we have what I hope will be seen as a very clean 1979 KM Les Paul Standard. And I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Didn't clog up the serial number or anything else. Actually, I think the least I did on the entire guitar was on the faceplate, which I think was the right thing to do because it's an old guitar, and also the fingerboard, because there really wasn't anything wrong with the frets. I just gave it a little bit of a buff, cleaned it up just a little bit, put just a little bit of teak oil on it, just a nice light coat, and wiped it right back off. You know, just to moisturize it. It's been sitting for 10-15 years without anything like that, so that's a good idea to do after that long. Again, I used the medium grit buffer rather than go all the way, you know, to the fine, just because I think, you know, I mean, it's really clean, it is nice and shiny, but it doesn't look brand new, and I think that was what the client wanted, and I think that's what we were going for. So what we have is a very clean 1979 KM Les Paul Standard. And of course I am going to get the rest of the hardware and all of that on it. Hopefully we'll get a chance to you know, hear it played too. So on to the next thing. See you guys next time. Woohoo! So I'm doing a little cleaning up of a couple of the pieces here that still have some of that lacquer on it. Got them sitting in a little acetone just to get rid of that real quick. And that's it. So yeah, any of the pieces that you know, have a little bit of that on that are going to have to go directly onto the body, I wanted to. I'm not worrying about making them look new, just as we said, but I don't want any of that old black lacquer to be sitting on this either. I think most of the rest of it, they actually didn't even remove the bridge before they put that stuff on, so I've got to take it off this too. That's just really exciting. Hang on a second here. So, like I say, just a little bit of acetone. It's probably, there's other things you could use that are less nasty, but it works very quickly. Doesn't do anything to the chrome or the metal, which is nice. It's just simply going to take off the organic stuff. So, just a little Scotch-Brite, just to clean that off. And that's it. And this was such a little bit out here that I used it. And folks at home, you probably should have put on a mask, Martin. But I didn't, so there. Okay. You know, it still has some dings and it still has some rust and stuff like that, but at least it doesn't have the black lacquer on it. And again, you know, we don't want new stuff. We want all the original stuff on it. And we want it to look like it looked. So there. So I'm doing the things here at the shop that I have to do at the shop. I actually have my electronics and wiring and detailing and stuff back at my house. It's just more of a clean room operation. And so here though, I have my press, and what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and press the post holes in. And this looks like it's going to be a really nice tight fit. Okay, by the way, just so you know, the ground wire is already in the post hole. So what I'm going to try to do is just firmly and, you know, slowly. There we go. There's a bit of resistance, which is good because this should be really, really snug in there. Okay. Right down to the surface. Okay. Interestingly, the Gibson post holes have a little rubber thing here, so when you press it down against the finish, it doesn't crack. That's very interesting. I haven't seen that in other ones that I get or use, but I'm going to have to take a look at that because I like that feature. It means you can press this down really hard and really snug against that, and it's not going to, you know, crack or chip your finish. I like it. This one's still good. There we go. Come on now. Really good and snug. I like that. It means that when you first start pushing it in, it's a little tough because you don't want to turn sideways or anything. But the fact that it's, you know, really, really snug means we're going to have a lot of transference of energy, string energy, and that's what we want. Now, on this being a little smaller, I'm going to go ahead and use this. Let's see. Inside of here, just to get a bit more stability on pushing it straight, because it's smaller and narrower, which means it could easily turn sideways, and we don't want that. I also notice right now that there's some goobers inside that hole. We don't want that, because that might prevent it from being able to get down in there as far as it needs to go. Yeah, some wood shavings. Oops, look out. There's a lot of dust here. You might have noticed I don't exactly work in a clean room here at the shop. I find so far that it doesn't harm anything. But, as I mentioned, when I'm doing the final detail work, when I'm doing my wiring and all of that, I do go home, have basically my clean shop there, so that none of that kind of stuff happens. Eventually, I'm going to take over this next little section here so I can have everything right here. So there we are. Got our post holes, and the bridge will sit here like so. And look how nice and slight. Precision, I love that. Here we've got our... Hey, don't do that. Okay, you probably have seen enough of this. Anyway, next up, we'll be back at the shop, or actually at my other location, and we'll start putting in the rest of this stuff, get the wiring done, and hopefully you'll get to hear it played.